Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Me? Do you ever wake up and feel like you could take on the world? Full of confidence, overflowing with inspiration, with just enough anger to fuel the fire? Well, it might just be the coffee talking, but that's how I feel today. So before that feeling subsides, let's roll the intro and get the show on the road. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It's Tuesday, the 16th of November, and as that remarkably persistent guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, the National Infrastructure Commission is keen on green. A German giant goes to work. We'll also be braving the elements in the company of a JCB excavator, and we're looking ahead to the Executive Hire Show in 2022. Plus, a new report says that bullying remains prevalent in the construction industry, and it will surprise no one to learn that I have something to say on the subject. We'll get to all of that in just a second, but first, let's pause a while to see who among the rich and the shameless will be celebrating a birthday on this day of days.
Happy birthday!
And it's many happy returns to the father of the blues, W.C. Handy, to actor Burgess Meredith, the Penguin from the original Batman TV series, and also Mickey from the Rocky movies, to actor Griff Rhys-Jones, heavyweight boxer Frank Bruno, and to Stone Roses bassist Manny. But far more importantly, happy birthday to one of the finest footballers the UK has ever produced, Mr. Paul Scholes. Many happy returns to them, one and all. Advisors at the National Infrastructure Commission have announced the sectors that will sit at the heart of its next major assessment of the country's investment priorities. Now, I do have something to go with this, do I? I thought I had a graphic to go with that. Yes, I do. Bear with me 1 second. There we go. Key areas will include identifying the infrastructure needed for hydrogen and carbon capture and storage to decarbonise parts of the economy, improving recycling rates and surface transport within and between cities and towns. The Commission will undertake focus work to help address unanswered questions around the net zero transition, such as defining the limits of heat pumps for home heating, the role of hydrogen in the heat and the future of the gas grid, and exploring ways of reducing congestion and future demand on roads. All sectors will need to take opportunities offered by digital technologies to cut costs, enhance service quality and improve resilience. You can read more about that over at constructioninquirer.com this morning. Right, so you know how the industry has been focused upon mental health awareness these past few years. And you know how we're all aware that young men in construction are taking their own lives at a rate of around 2 per day. You know how companies and trade organisations have leapt aboard the mental health awareness training bandwagon. And you know how we're all enlightened on the subject of mental health. Well, it appears that much of that has been, at best, bullshit. The findings from a nationwide survey for Anti-Bullying Week, which runs all this week, found that 1 in 5 construction workers had been impacted by bullying in the last year alone. The Mental Health in Construction Industry survey found that only 7% of workers raised feelings of poor mental health with their HR teams. Shockingly, when issues were raised, only 6% said they had received sufficient mental health support. 50% of workers between the ages of 21 and 24 were found to be the worst affected by bullying that was often labelled or dismissed as banter. The data was collected by London plant hire specialist Hart's Tools, who surveyed employees from 88 construction companies across the UK to highlight the impacts of poor mental health in the industry. Workers surveyed also noted that the industry could improve its approach to confidentiality, with more than half of bullied employees wanting more privacy on issues raised. Look, I've said this before, and I will continue to say it. Mental health awareness is all well and good, but it is like a risk assessment. It doesn't remove or mitigate the risk, it merely identifies it and ticks a box that says it's been identified. Ensuring that managers are mindful of mental health issues is undoubtedly a step in the right direction, but that doesn't even begin to address the key causes of those issues. Loneliness and isolation caused by working away from friends, families, and support networks, constant job security fears and financial worries, and of course, a highly pressurized work environment where there's a fine line between motivation and encouragement and outright bullying. Only when those issues are addressed will the industry achieve true mental health awareness. I've written about this in the past, and I do have a link to post here somewhere. Let's have a look. I'll post it now. I've written about this in the past, and I've described it in the past as the industry's climate of fear. Most recently, back in August 2020, I recounted the tale of a demolition man who was told that he jeopardized his future employment after going public with a health and safety concern. As I say, you can read that article in the using the link in the chat. There is no doubt, I think, that the combined demolition and construction industries have come a long way in their understanding of mental health issues. But that journey is quite clearly far from over. As my old school reports used to say with withering regularity, could do better.
Axoft and Svantec are your high-end partners for noise, vibration, dust and air quality systems, sensors and software. To find out more, visit axoft.co.uk or call 01234 639 550.
On to more cheery things. A couple of weeks ago, we brought you footage of a massive demolition excavator being delivered to German contractor Hagedorn with a great ceremony and champagne being popped on the tracks and all that went with it. Now, at the time, I promised you that I would bring you some footage of the Kiesel modified machine in action just as soon as it was in action. And unlike many in my line of business, I'm a man of my word. So, stand by and take a look at this. That isn't the biggest demolition excavator in the world, but I think you'll agree it's certainly one of the most impressive.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
The construction and demolition industries have been starved of face-to-face physical exhibitions for far too long now, but thankfully that famine is almost at an end. On the 9th of February next year, the Executive Hire Show returns to its established and newly rebranded home, the Coventry Building Society Arena, or the CBS Arena, that was formerly known as the Rico Arena. The venue has received a cash injection of more than £7.5 million for a revamp that has delivered a world-class exhibition, event and conference centre. The Executive Hire Show will remain largely unchanged, but organisers have promised the event will be bigger and better than ever. The Executive Hire Show team report that 130 exhibitors have already signed up for the 2022 show, and the 15th annual Hire event is now 85% sold. Just to let you know, we need to figure out the technology and the availability of a sufficiently reliable and robust broadband connection. But we are hoping that we may be actually able to broadcast live from that show when it takes place. I'll keep you posted on that. But if you are in Coventry on the 9th or 10th of February next year, then please pop by to say hello. I'd love to see you there. Now, we have a couple of things for the readers among you. First and foremost, don't forget to join us tomorrow night for our first ever book review, in which we will look at no less than 7 books that should be on your festive reading and shopping list. We'll actually be giving away several books during the show, so you might just bag a Christmas gift for yourself, a loved one, or a colleague, completely free of charge. We're also giving away a couple of children's books too, which might come in handy this time of year. In addition to that, I also need to tell you about a slight change to the Medium platform, where I post a lot of my articles and essays and that kind of thing. I'm just going to post a link in the chat for that. Cut a long story short, those good folks over at Medium have given us, all of us creators, a page, as basically a creator page, as an access point to all our written content. I've just posted the link to mine in the chat there. You can see that whenever you're ready. But basically, yeah, if you need a little bit more light reading, particularly over the Christmas period when things are a little bit quieter and you can do a bit of catching up, you can catch up on all that I've got to say over there. Let me get rid of that. Now, no, I've got something else I need to play first. Bear with me 1 second. So much going on this morning. I'm getting ahead of myself. Now, you'll have to take my word for it, but I'm wearing socks today. I haven't worn socks in months, but the mornings are dark, the nights are drawing in, and in Demolition News Tales, it suddenly feels chilly and decidedly drafty. There's no question, I think, that those winter mornings and evenings are with us, and soon we will all be searching for gloves and scraping ice from our windscreens. So I thought I'd get you in the mood with this little film of a JCB in the snow. Prepare to chill. I don't know about you, but I have a sudden and desperate need for a hot chocolate. Case Construction Equipment has announced that it's been chosen as one of 2 suppliers for a tender with industry-leading building materials company Cemex. The deal secures cooperation between the 2 brands, seeing Cemex complete a large purchase of case machines that offer reduced fuel consumption for multiple markets across Europe, including France, Spain, Czech Republic, Poland, Germany, and of course the UK. After winning a share of the tender, the first tranche of machines has already been delivered in France, with subsequent machines being delivered in the coming weeks. Craig Hooper, equipment manager and category manager for Cemex Europe, commented, Cemex is committed to leading on the path to a low carbon economy and is closely evaluating all areas of its business to make efficiency improvements. The vehicles and machines we use as part of our work are a key part of this, and we are pleased to have agreed this contract with Case for these vehicles, which will provide a significant sustainability benefit to Cemex's European operations. They incorporate advanced technology alongside lower fuel consumption due to an improved power-to-weight ratio. We look forward to working with Case to explore other opportunities to enhance the eco-credentials of our fleet. The order will see the following machines delivered to Cemex sites across Europe: 2 1650M dozers, 2 580 ST backhoe loaders, and an 1121G and 2 521G wheel loaders to France, 2 821G wheel loaders to Spain, 2 821G wheel loaders to Poland, 1 621G wheel loader to the Czech Republic, there's another wheel loader going to Germany. I can't actually read what that says. A 621G and an 821G wheel loader and a 580 ST backhoe loader going to the UK. Congratulations to the team at Case Construction Equipment for securing that order. The town of Colville in Leicestershire is getting a new office block at a site in Tara Street. Charles Street Buildings is thought to be in contention for the new build element of the £3.5 million project. But before they or anyone else can make a start, there is the small matter of the demolition of an office block that currently stands on the site. At the time of broadcast, a demolition contractor has yet to be appointed. You can find out more about this project lead and many more just like it over at buildersconference.co.uk.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
Right, that pretty much wraps up today's show. But before I go and hop over into the chat, I do have a request. I've seen lots of facts and figures bandied about on the cost of the switch from red to white diesel in April next year, but I'm trying to get a handle on that increase in terms of actual pounds and pennies. I had a long chat with someone on Instagram last night. Good morning, Mark, if you're watching, about the cost implications of the end of red diesel on a project like HS2. I haven't had a chance to go back through my notes as yet, but I'm sure I read somewhere that the HS2 project would require something like 700 ADTs. Those ADTs will need to be loaded by something, so my guess is there'll be at least 200 excavators on the site over the period, and obviously they will be of varying sizes. There'll also be a whole host of other ancillary and support equipment. So if anyone has any evidence or real life calculations on what the switch from red to white diesel will cost for, let's say, a 20-ton excavator, I really would love to hear from you. I will be back here tomorrow, usual time, usual place, for yet more of this old stuff and nonsense. And don't forget that I'll be back here at 6 o'clock tomorrow night for our big book review. As I mentioned previously, we've got 7 books to look over that should be on your Christmas shopping list. And we've got a few books to give away as well. So be sure to tune in. I'm going to roll the outro in just a second before hopping gazelle-like over into the chat to see what you're all saying today. But until then, stay safe, look after yourself, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. Try not to bully anyone. I know you wouldn't, but try not to get bullied. maybe you could. And I'll see you again tomorrow. All the best.